Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about our homeschool schedule. So if that is something that interests you, keep watching. It has taken me a while to kind of have this schedule in place, as I've had my homeschool planner rearranged so many times that I think it's finally in the right place, but don't quote me because things are always changing around here these days. But I have this beautiful printout. I'm going to display it on the page here for you to see. I made this in Canva. It was literally nothing special, but this is more for her than it is for me because, like I said, I have my homeschool planet print out. Here is my tried and true homeschool planet planner. Literally everything I need is on my planner. I could print out a schedule for her every single day, but it's not necessary when I have it, and I'm usually here except for one day. So let's talk about what we're doing so far in our homeschool. So on Mondays is kind of the day where I am home, but I also have a ton of things I have to get done in my day around the house, errands. It's kind of like my catch-up day. It's my cleaning day. It's my gather all the things and get it done day. And so I kind of try to schedule Mondays a little bit lighter so that we're not overly consumed with time on homeschool, but we're gonna see how that goes. So on Mondays we do our discovery deck cards, which if you did not see my video, I will have that link down below on what our discovery decks are. But it is from Jessica over at the Waldock Way. Created these awesome discovery decks where it's just a bunch of topics and it has a QR code to learn about them. They're very random. They're whatever your child, it could be very interest led. So she does one of those at the beginning of the day and then we move along. So every single day she does math and language arts. We are using both the good and the beautiful for math and language arts this year. So it's pretty straightforward, written to her as the curriculum is written to her. So that is something she could pretty much do independently. Sometimes I'll pull up the video on my laptop or something if I'm sitting here, or if she has questions and needs help, I'm here to offer it. And usually I'm doing something to prep for the following week if I need to, or write down any supplies if I need any of those things for the next week or even for this week, because sometimes I'm just behind. Another thing that we started habitually doing this year is I found this really cool, I will try to find the person that I got this from, but I want to say it was a Teachers Pay Teachers find, but I really needed something to get her in the habit of writing. Like, I know she knows how to write full on sentences, like she's been doing that for years, but I noticed last year that she was trying to cut some corners and use some shortcuts with full sentences. So I wanted to come and find these like daily sentence writing type things. So basically every week she has this printout, okay? And I separate it because they're in 4 or 5 tasks made for one day of or every day of the week. So the first day of the week she is building a sentence: who was doing what, when, where. Then on the second day, she's writing a variety of sentences with statements, questions, command, and exclamations, which super easy. Like, she knows what to do here. But it's also like making sure that they're doing their punctuation, capitalization, having their subject verb agreements. And then on the third day of the week, she's doing like finding a fragment in the sentence and then rewriting the sentence to make it complete. On the next time, she's combining sentences to make it one sentence. And then the last task is like a scramble where there's a bunch of words in a box and she has to use them to form a sentence that connects to the themed picture of the week. So she's been doing amazing with this, and she doesn't complain, and she likes it. So I'm running with it. I'm running with it. So basically every week, like, I write like the day that she's going to be completing the task. So like, she's going to start on this one on Monday because somehow we got off the task schedule. But that is something that she's doing every day. It literally takes her a minute. So it's not an overly like crazy thing, but I have noticed like she likes it and she talks about it, and it has kind of set the tone for completing other things that day. Next on Mondays, we do philosophy. Philosophy has been absolutely 100% hands down my favorite thing of the week. We have really enjoyed asking these philosophical questions and kind of like not arguing, but just like enjoying the conversation that it's brought. And it's requiring both of us to think a little bit deeper and to step out of our comfort zones and kind of attack some of these questions and scenarios and stuff like that. So this is going to be backwards to you because I have my camera flipped around, but I plan to do a video on this very, very, very soon because I'm extremely excited about this curriculum. But I wanted to do a few more lessons to make sure I can get as much knowledge about it as possible. But we are doing philosophy for kids, and I saw this on Nickie's channel, Homeschoolology. It just gets her really thinking and like pondering some of the scenarios, because it'll be like, which one would you choose? Let's go back to how Aristotle or whatever thought or processed, and then it's like, maybe we want to change our answer after we're done. But it just gets you thinking, and I love it. It's my favorite thing on Mondays. So on Tuesdays is my full work day, so I am completely away from the home. So she is completely on her own. So we are doing, or she's going to be doing, she is doing math, language arts, handwriting, 2 pages in her Zahner Blozer. She does her sentence, like we just talked about, her unusual math and reading, which is by far her favorite thing to incorporate. I literally just did a video on this, so if you missed it, go check it out. And then she does a whole lesson of history on her own. So she'll read the chapter, put it on the timeline for whatever they read that week or that day, and then she's going to do her workbook pages, and she's going to do her lap book pages, which she loves doing, but I've come across like some type of error with the lap book that I think was some print error issue. I'm hoping they can resolve for me. I did send a message over to Curiosity Chronicles to see if it's like me somehow, like what are we missing, but the titles don't match up with the titles in the textbook, and I don't know what that's about. Maybe I have a different version, I don't know, but we're gonna figure it out. It's fine. We can go back to notebooking ourselves that we did last year on our own without this like lap booking thing. So she does that completely on her own on Tuesday, and then she's kind of done. She has to read every day for at least 20 to 30 minutes of a book of her choice, so she does that as well. Wednesdays, we do math, we do language arts. She does handwriting again for 2 pages. We do our sentence. She does unusual math and another hit the deck. So that's another discovery deck that she'll do first thing in the morning. And that's not in stone. Like if we feel like doing it, we do it. If we don't, we don't. We move on. It's not critical. It's more just like to kind of ease us into our homeschool day. And then on Thursdays, she does math, language arts, sentence, and history again. So we're doing 2 history lessons per week. And I'm hoping by doing that, we'll kind of wrap up our ancient history sooner than later. And then after I get back from our trip at the end of August, we're going to finally be starting our science. And I've been losing my mind over science because I don't know what I want to do, and I still don't know what I want to do, but we're for sure going to be doing our Rebecca Health, and that's going to be on Mondays and Thursdays. So, or I'm sorry, Mondays and Wednesdays. Because that is going to be something that will be accomplished before the end of the year, the end of the actual year, not the end of the school year. So it's a shorter book, and I know if we wrap it up before the end of the year, it'll be great, because I can't imagine that we're going to want to do that all year round, because it's basically like human body all year round. So yeah, we're just going to do that, and then after the new year we can decide what we want to do for science. So that kind of gives me a little bit more time to think what she wants to do, but I have tons of ideas, and I'm kind of just going to lay it out there and be like, hey, pick something, because I want this to be definitely more child-led, and then I can create my own structure behind it for her when she decides what she wants to do. So that is our schedule for now. I feel like it's going to be ever-changing this year, because we're adding things, we're not adding things. Recently, she has told me that she also wants more work. Do not ask me how my child is finally at the point where she's asking for more schoolwork, but I basically put a stack in front of her and she picked what she wanted, and she chose to do a spelling curriculum. So I said, okay, how about instead of doing the spelling curriculum with your LA book, we stick to a separate spelling curriculum, because that is the one that had a ton of rules, and she's just kind of past that and doesn't understand, or it confuses her greatly. So I'm like, let's stick to the writing in the LA program, and we can just add this spelling book on, which was kind of the original plan before I chose The Good and the Beautiful. And she was really down with it. Like, she was really excited. She completed a whole week in one day to catch up, because we were on our last day of the week today. And she's excited to do it again. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to let her do what she wants to do, and I'm not going to hold her back, but I'm not going to force it on her or push it. She's asking for this. So if she's asking for it, by all means, have at it. So that's the only thing I didn't have on my schedule, because we literally just added that today. But she's going to be doing one page of that a day, every day of our school day, so that it's not like she has to do a whole week in a day. But yeah, for years we did Evan Moore spelling, and that was always extra outside of our language arts program. So when we were using The Good and the Beautiful. So it is what it is. It's fine. I don't think The Good and the Beautiful has a very strong spelling, but that's just my opinion. Everything else is going really well, but that is our schedule. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that it continues to still go really smooth. I want to know, what is your schedule like? What do you plan? Do you do things quarterly, monthly? Do you change your schedules around? Is it like stuck in stone for the whole year? I'm so curious about schedules. So let me know yours in the comments, and I'll see you in my next video.